Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. The radicalized Democratic Party is dealing with the fallout of a sudden resignation of a congressman in the state of California. And this is, of course, Congressman Eric Swalwell, who has been a thorn in the side of the Trump administration and Republicans for a long time. Of course, Eric Swalwell was deeply complicit in the Russia collusion hoax, and a number of women have come forward with serious allegations that have exposed him as a potential predator in the state of California and in Washington, D.C. And of course, these serious allegations tie also into his campaign financing. And he was quite cozy with a lot of Democrats in California. And now a rival congresswoman has come forward with disturbing allegations that could lead to the downfall of yet another Democrat. We'll expose this story soon, but before we do, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, Representative Anna Paulina Luna has come forward, and she is really laying some serious charges against a member of Congress who many believe could be complicit with Eric Swalwell, and that is Senator Ruben Gallego. He's a Democrat from Arizona, and he has a close relationship with Swalwell, and Luna says that this relationship with Swalwell could lead to further accusations of sexual assault or misconduct, and these allegations, which aren't proven, seem to be the basis of a referral. And now Anna Paulina Luna is coming forward and says that she is making a referral. So let's take a look.
On X, you posted the following, tagging Senate Majority Leader John Thune. It seems like the Senate has its own trash to take out. You, meaning Thune, need to look into the allegations against one of your senators. It's very disturbing. Who are we talking about?
We are talking about an Arizona senator that was very closely tied to Eric Swalwell, and I have since confirmed with Senator John Thune's chief of staff, as well as they're linking us to their ethics that they are investigating, and we are sending all appropriate information directly to them now.
That would be Ruben Gallego, correct?
Correct.
When you say in that X post, it's very disturbing, for my audience's benefit, can you define what disturbing means to you?
Well, without, I guess, getting too graphic, there is a woman that allegedly is coming forward with attorneys, wants to go on record about an incident that occurred between the two of them at the same time, and the event was sexual in nature, allegedly. But it's not just that. There's also two, apparently, issues of campaign finance violations. Again, look, I am one member of Congress, but I'm not going to be like some of my colleagues that waited, forever and a day to bring this information forward. I think that if this is happening, that it needs to be dealt with. I'm definitely not in the Senate, but I think that Thune should probably take that seriously and look into it, especially given the nature of what's become apparent regarding Eric Swalwell.
Based on what you know, Congresswoman, does this sound to you, and you're not a prosecutor, neither am I, but does it sound to you that it's criminal in nature regarding Senator Gallego?
I think that if it involves people that were potentially trafficked, yes. Regarding the campaign finance violations, I think that that's cut and dry. But right now, I'm not investigating this. I'm simply presenting this information to the authorities that have the positions and power to do what they will with it. Part of the problem that we have in Washington currently is that a lot of this behavior was circulating publicly. People had heard about it, but they didn't present it to the appropriate authorities. And frankly, right now we have a slush fund that 3/4 of Congress voted to protect. We had to subpoena those records in House oversight, and we should be obtaining them next week. But again, that information belongs to the American people. If your taxpayer dollars to the tune of 18 million, which is I think the current number, are being used to cover sexual harassment, sexual assault settlements, that's not something that we should be paying for, and I definitely don't want to serve with these types of people. I understand too, playing devil's advocate, that people can make false allegations, but given, again, the stuff that's come out with Eric Swalwell, given the stuff involving potentially escorts involved, et cetera, again, I sent this information as soon as I got it to the appropriate authorities.
And you mentioned the word trafficking. That carries a lot of weight in a lot of different ways, criminal and emotional. Do you believe sex trafficking is part of what this could be about?
I think any time that you are knowingly engaging in purchasing someone for sex, that is something that should be taken seriously. I've heard this now about a few members of Congress. One of them is under current investigation by House Ethics. I think that there's another one being opened up in the Senate. But yes, I would say that that's criminal nature. Actually, right now in the United States, according to the Trafficking in Persons report that the State Department typically puts out, we're one of the worst countries in the world for that. And again, we don't know anything about these individuals. I mean, are they doing it on their own accord? Are they being forced? Are they being coerced? Again, though, most people don't have these types of allegations. Most people don't have these types of rumors floating around about their offices. And the problem that we're seeing right now is that there are a few people up here that are coming up here and they're not serving their constituents. And it should not be the expectation, nor should it be asked of us by either party to cover up for this type of behavior. And so I do applaud journalists that are asking questions on this, because I don't want to serve with these people. I don't think that they should be in positions of power. And I definitely don't like what I've seen in regards to how they've treated women specifically. It's actually really gross when you hear about it.
Now, of course, GOP Majority Leader Senator John Thune is being asked to really dig into these allegations. And she said that she is already contacting this leadership. And although Luna, in her original statement, didn't name the senator, she did confirm that she was referencing Senator Gallego in a follow-up interview with CBS News' Major Garrett. She stated that some of the allegations are sexual in nature and some involved alleged campaign finance violations. She said, and I quote, "There's a woman that allegedly is coming forward with attorneys and wants to go on the record about an incident that occurred between the two of them at the same time, and the event was sexual in nature, allegedly." And so this would be another blockbuster development that is rocking the Democratic Party. They are already dealing with a number of concerning accusations about their party and the rampant corruption that has been going on for quite some time. And another resignation would be a black eye on the Democratic Party, of course. And Senator Ruben Gallego, of course, he should get due process and he should be able to face his accusers. But according to Luna, there is a witness that is allegedly coming forward and going on the record. And this would leave the Democratic Party in shambles, because it would just expose just how rotten it has become. So, Wayne, with your thoughts about this story, what do you think about these resignations in the Democratic Party? I think there have been a lot of corrupt activities in the Democratic Party, and the fact that these types of allegations are the ones leading to resignations is an interesting development and one worth tracking. And we always appreciate your feedback. So, Wayne, with your thoughts, we always appreciate you watching us also at Explain America.